want to talk about today is the difference between queen energy and princess energy. So, kind of have to look at the last 6,000 odd years here on planet Earth in terms of the unfoldment of the duality of consciousness. So you have the masculine polarity and you have the feminine polarity. And what's happened specifically here in terms of the concept of these dualities merging, trusting, the experiencing of each other is that dominantly the masculine polarity has become extremely imbalanced in its quest for dominance over the feminine polarity. And so what this created was this extreme juxtaposition of the energies not being in balance. Now, what we're seeing in this day and age is that principle of the goddess or the queen is rising once again. And it's really important for us to understand what that means in terms of the gender dynamics, in terms of how that will actually change the experience for both the masculine and feminine principles here on planet Earth, and also how we can view our own experience of this duality concept. So let's look first at our expression of feminine consciousness, or how the feminine has experienced life over the historical records in the last 6,000 years, and also what is coming up for. What I want to talk about is the difference between the queen energy and the princess energy, and also the damsel in distress energy. Okay, and why actually a lot of men specifically don't necessarily like queen energy. They would often prefer princess energy. So let's first unpack what this conscious energy looks like. So the princess energy, the out manifestation of the princess, is the female archetype that needs to be served. She's not very acute at handling things on her own because, of course, she's had the silver spoon her whole life. She really doesn't know how to navigate the world. She's been under the watchful eye of the king and queen, and the princess is good at requesting, good at asking, good at expecting all of these things to be done for her. But the reason that is because she really doesn't understand how to do them for herself. So there's not necessarily a lot of intelligence and leadership behind the princess energy, which for a lot of guys or a lot of male energy, they actually want, because getting a princess means that you'll be able to have that ultimate control over that feminine energy. Because if she doesn't really know how to take care of herself, she really can't make too many demands of that masculine energy. Okay, so it's a control mechanism to want your female counterpart to reside in this sort of helpless princess energy. There are some aspects that are really great to the princess energy as well. So generally, the consciousness, the way that a princess will act is very light, very loving, very friendly. She's the party girl. She wants to have it all. She wants to be that individual that takes advantage of all life's delicacies, all of the extravagance. And again, she's going to be fun because she's had a really fun life that precipitated these relationships with the masculine energy. And a lot of women really like this idea of the fairy tale princess as well, because it's an easy path. Essentially, I'm beautiful, I'm, this object of desire, and roll out the red carpet for me. Okay, I want to talk a little bit now about this damsel in distress. Okay, this is kind of the toxic female. She's not necessarily the princess. She's had, a lot of difficulties in life. She's the victim. And so she approaches her exchanges of energy and interactions with the masculine energy from the standpoint of this downtrodden, somebody has to help me, woe is me, helpless, damsel in distress energy. Okay, this is one of the ways of showing up and operating in the world. And again, this damsel in distress energy, a lot of male energy will gravitate towards it because, again, he gets to be the knight in shining armor. This man gets to rescue the damsel in distress, and then he's elevated to this hero energy. And that's great. That's an experience one can have. Okay, so we've kind of gone through this knight in shining armor, damsel in distress dynamic. That's one way of experiencing the feminine and masculine polarity. Then we've looked at, the prince and the princess dynamic, okay? The two fun-loving party animals that just live it up and have no responsibilities, but not a lot of discernment and intelligence, and they really just have this, party aspect to their experience of each other and duality. Now, the thing about that is that it can get a little bit boring because, there's not a lot of obstacles, there's not a lot of challenges, and there's not a lot of opportunity in this prince-princess dynamic for growth and longevity sometimes. So a lot of times the prince energy is that playboy energy, wanting to switch it up all the time. And this princess, she's fun, but maybe we'll try another princess, okay? Because again, not a lot of challenge there. So now I want to touch on what I see as the very highest potential in the masculine and feminine energies. And this would be the queen and the king energy. So the queen, she's a little bit intimidating. Well, she might be a lot intimidating. This is the female consciousness which has overcome all of her own obstacles on her own. She's very astute at navigating the pathways of life. She's intelligent, she's got it together, she's talented, she's the creator of her own manifestation. She's also a leader, and that mother energy. She is that individual that can zig and zag and is always coming up with, that new exciting energy. But she holds very high standards because she knows she is a queen. And the only energy that she will entertain is a masculine energy that has, again, developed themselves to the level of that king energy. So what is that king energy in terms of a consciousness from a male perspective or from the male polarity? So a true king, again, is the head of the kingdom, the household. Now, whether the kingdom is the family or an actual company or a country or, the world at large, whatever it is, that king energy is able to be that steady, stable energy. He's gone through that path of, being the prince, being the playboy, testing the waters, and realizes that there is so much value in an equal and equally intelligent counterpart. But the thing about it is it requires him to grow and change. And he's mature enough to realize the beauty that the queen energy will provide as a container for his own growth, manifestation, and reaching him to the heights that he's meant to go. Again, this is a challenge that a lot of male energies don't even want to fuck with, okay? And that's because it requires work, it requires energy, it requires effort. It's not easy. It's not easy being with the energy of the queen. And likewise, a lot of women do not want to necessarily embark upon the journey of that king energy, or trying to fit into the dynamic of being with that king energy, because that king, he holds very high standards. He wants honesty. He wants a partner that is going to be able to walk beside him in equality. He has discernment about how his family is going to be run. He has discernment about his own life organization, the balance of energy, and all that comes with that. So again, it's all about what you want to experience here. None of these dynamics are wrong. None of these dynamics are things that you shouldn't seek to experience. They're just levels of experience and something that you have an option to manifest and create in your own life. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one.